The 660 rupees represented a pivotal factor in the evolution of the Aprilia motorcycle. Right now the 660 rupees is the best-selling sport bike in Europe, underlining the very fine balance that the bike incorporates in terms of performance, handling and styling. From the original fully dressed sport bike, the 660 rupees has grown into a range of 3 models with the addition of the naked Tuono and of the Tuareg adventure bike. All share the same liquid-cooled DOHC 4-valve 660cc parallel twin, properly responding to the expectations of a new generation of motorcycle enthusiasts. Riders who were driven away from the extreme world of high-powered superbikes but still want a lean and aggressive styling, a high level of tech and manageable power. Starting with data gathered from the 660 rupees experience, Piaggio Group made an analysis of the potential that might hide in the crowd of younger riders, who seem to be more interested in their smartphones than in throwing a leg over the seat of a bike. They took all the ingredients that granted the 660 rupees its great success and condensed them into a totally new, slim and compact sportbike displacing 457cc, aimed at lighting the fire in the guts of a generation that has missed out on the pleasure produced by a sport bike. Daring styling, sporty handling and ample safety margins promise to make the open road an experience to be remembered. Aprilia's new 457 rupees is totally RS, from the aggressively sleek fairing to the aluminum frame to the liquid-cooled DOHC 4-valve parallel twin. Its claimed 47 horsepower should be more than adequate to propel the very light 457 rupees to a good top speed with excellent acceleration. Thanks to a refined execution, the new 457 rupees weighs in at 350 pounds dry and 385 pounds ready to go with a full tank. The chassis is based on a state-of-the-art and unique-to-the-class aluminum twin spar frame with the compact parallel twin acting as stressed member for maximum rigidity and minimum weight. Suspension is a 41 mm fork and cantilevered rear shock absorber, both adjustable in preload. The front wheel travels through 4.7 inches while the steel rear swingarm has 5.1 inch. The cast aluminum wheels have a very elegant and light design and are shod by 110/70ths and 150/60ths radials, a single 320 mm rotor teamed to a radially mounted 4-piston caliper by Brembo, does the front braking duty. At the rear, a 220 mm rotor is teamed to a floating 2-piston caliper. The braking system is controlled by a twin-channel ABS system with 2 settings, both ends on and front brake only. The electronics suite includes a ride-by-wire throttle that offers 3 riding modes, and within that system there are 3 levels of traction control. A quickshifter is available as an accessory. The instrumentation uses a 5-inch TFT color screen, while the entire lighting system is based on LED technology. Thanks to the engine power limited to 47 horsepower, the 457 rupees can be legally ridden by beginners in Europe and is a sweet spot with enough power to thrill without being overwhelming. This quality should attract more youngsters, especially from the vast reserve of enthusiasts in relatively new markets around the world. The great look and sporty allure should light the fire together with a solid overall quality and excellent finishing. Aprilia's racing image, especially World SBK and now in MotoGP, should also attract a new throng of buyers. The 457 rupees very appropriately fills an empty spot at the bottom of the lineup, and we look forward to a full-on road and track test in the future. Under the skin, the 457 rupees employs an all-new 457cc parallel twin engine. It boasts a double overhead camshaft, liquid cooling and an underbelly exhaust, all of which help it produce 47 horsepower. Though the RPM and torque aren't out, we're happy to report the output is more than all the big players, such as the 43 horsepower KTM RC 390 and the 45 horsepower Kawasaki Ninja 400. whereas it's right on par with the Honda CBR 500R. The only motorcycle that still has an edge over it is the CF Moto 450SS with its 50 horsepower figure. And things only get better. In a sea of trellis frames, Aprilia has built the baby RS around an aluminum perimeter chassis. It's derived from the 660 rupees and uses the crankcase as a load-bearing element. This is suspended by 41mm upside-down forks and a monoshock, housed onto 17-inch alloy wheels. Braking is via a 320mm disc up top and a 220mm disc out back, both bit by Brie calipers. All these limit the dry weight to just 350 pounds. Considering the heft is on par with the KTM and Kawasaki, this should have a better power-to-weight ratio.